It really does seem like people just want cards. They just want as many as they possibly can. Like, you see the videos online of people like fighting each other and like, you know, stealing out of people's cards and stuff and just acting all crazy just for the sake of getting a couple more cards. It's kind of weird. But of course, me being a gluttonous beast taken over by FOMO, I've realized that I really need a lot of cards as well. In order to facilitate this, I have found a card whose goals align with my own, one that I have formed a kinship with, one known as Alakazam. So let's talk about this guy actually. Alakazam, single prizer, does two very incredible things. You're not going to believe this. Psychic Draw. When this Pokemon evolves from one of your Pokemon, you can draw 3 cards, and its attack is called Powerful Hand, which for 1 psychic energy places 2 damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon for each card in your hand. So this is probably the best single prize attacker we have in the format right now. It's very easy to just snowball out of control, get like a bajillion cards in hand and hit for 300 or more, and that's pretty nice. This deck has seen like some minor competitive success at higher levels. I think actually once Gardevoir rotates out and we need a different psychic deck, I feel like this card will at least rise up as a good draw engine. Today though, we want to build this card in its own sort of deck, seeing what it can do in a deck that's entirely built around it. Here's the list, and you can see this is actually kind of interesting. So of course we have 4 Abra, this is our Mega Evolution one. There's a bunch of Abras in the format you can use, doesn't really matter. We have 4 Kadabra, which also has Psychic Draw. This one only draws 2 instead of 3, but gets an insane amount of cards just over time. 3 of our ace card, Alakazam. Then we have 3 Dunsparce and 3 Dunsparce. Dunsparce has Runaway Draw, which is a very powerful draw engine in all sorts of rogue decks, but especially here, it goes kind of crazy because it's just an infinitely recurable draw 3. We have Blood Moon Ursaluna, 1 Psyduck, 1 Fez, 1 Shaman, and 1 Fanrotom to switch out a bunch of Dunsparce on our first turn. So the Pokemon lineup is pretty simple, pretty basic. For the trainers though, we have 4 Lily's Determination, 4 Hilda, 2 Boss's Orders, 1 Bill's Transfer, which is someone you don't see too often, but you look at the top 8 cards of your deck and reveal any number of Pokemon you find there and put them into your hand. This is kind of an interesting one. It can get you a bunch of cards at once. It's kind of a neat Pokemon search tool, which we do really need. You'll see we have 1 Turo Scenario, which we can put back in Alakazam, play it again, draw a bunch of extra cards, so that's pretty good. 1 Tulip, put 4 of any combination of psychic Pokemon and basic psychic energy from your discard pile into your hand. This one is again pretty nice here. With single prize decks, one of the weaknesses you have is that you just run out of attackers, so being able to recycle them this easily is pretty nice. 1 Corsa's Tenacity, 4 Buddy Buddy Poppin', 3 Great Ball. I know this card looks bad, but Ultra Ball requires us to discard 2, so this is our next best option. 2 Rare Candy, 1 Pal Pad, 1 Sacred Ash, 1 Night Stretcher, 1 Nest Ball, 1 Counter Catcher, 1 EXP Share, 2 Artisan, 1 Lively Stadium. This one gives 30 HP to your basic Pokemon. Seems kind of weird in this deck, but our average only have 50 HP, which means they're really susceptible to Desktops or 2 Monkey Dory or Phantom Dive, so this helps them survive a little bit longer. 5 is Psychic Energy, and then finally our ace spec of choice is Enriching Energy, which when attached to a Pokemon draws 4 cards. Very basic, very simple to understand sort of deck list here. Just get a bunch of cards in hand, knock out whatever is in front of you, and hope that your opponent just won't be able to deal with you. So with that, let's see how the deck plays.
Hey dog, you get some ice cream? Only a spoonful.
So our opponent loses the coin flip, giving us the choice. I think we do want to go first. Just we don't have any like TM evos or anything, so there's not really an incentive to being able to attack first. We just want to be able to evolve immediately. So I think this is correct. We'll play our Abra and then we'll call it there for now. Monkey Dory lead is interesting. Don't know exactly what we're up against yet, but that could be a bit rough. We'll pop in first. Only 1 Dunsparce in the deck. It's not really worth using Fanrotom. We'll just get the Dunsparce and the Abra. We'll play 3rd Abra, 2nd Dunsparce, and we'll just pass turn. Don't really need to use Great Ball yet. Not really any reason to. Anything we get, we can't really use immediately. Next turn, we can use Great Ball, get something going, and then follow it up with the Lily's Determination to draw a bunch of cards. But for right now, I think we're kind of chilling. Starting off with a Nest Ball, so we're going to figure out what deck they're on probably. Could be Gardevoir, could be Grimmsnarl. There's a number of things this could be. It is Gardevoir, which means that we are probably a little bit struggling just because their deck is competitive and ours is more rogue, but it doesn't mean it's unwinnable. They're going to attach the Evo, play Ultra Ball now, probably getting a second route, pitching a Curlia, which is interesting. They're getting Mew EX, so they just want to draw a bunch of cards. That's fine. Mew is at least a target for us. We can try hitting it and taking a knockout. They draw 1 off of that, and they're going to end their turn right there, wasting the Evo. That's a very good start for us, and a second Great Ball is quite nice as well. We'll get the Abra off of this one. We'll play this again, see what we can get. The Dunsparce is very nice. We will play the Dunsparce, play the Abra, and we will get a new hand of 8, see what they can do about this. And with that, I think we do want to Dunsparce, Runaway Draw, get 3 new ones. Then we'll do the same thing again, just trying to draw a Rare Candy so we can actually get off to the races here. And that is not what we're looking for, which is really rough, but oh well. Well, Artisan now. I'll grab a Dunsparce. Then I will Nest Ball here, get a hold of, I suppose, another Dunsparce. We can attach a psychic energy here, which maybe that's questionable. We can't do anything here, so we can either attack for 10 or we can just pass. I think we will teleport out, bring this Dunsparce in, and we'll just pass it there. Next turn to play is going to be to enriching energy on the Dunsparce, try to get into a Dunsparce, shuffle it back, but shuffles back the enriching energy as well, and that would get us going. Unfortunately, they do have Gardevoir up. That's kind of scary. Frillish is not a big deal, and they're going to get another basic Pokemon. The main thing here is they're going to draw off of Mew, which could be problematic. But right now, it's at least not the end of the world. Another else is whatever to me. They're going to Iona, which is really rough, but at least we get a new hand of cards, so hopefully we can get something usable. Adrenaline Ring for 10 is kind of nothing, and they're just going to pass, thank goodness. We'll see. Kadabra is quite nice. Evolve the active Dunsparce. Let's evolve this Abra into a Kadabra. I'll draw 2 here, and we do get the rare candy, which is perfect. That means we can now play Hilda. We can get Alakazam and an Enriching Energy. We can rare candy up our Abra here into Alakazam right away. That Psychic Draw is going to get us another 3 cards. Then we can attach an Enriching Energy to the Dunsparce, which gets us another 4 cards. Then we can proceed to runaway draw, shovel back the Dunsparce and the Enriching Energy, get 3 more new cards, which is kind of crazy. Then we bring in Alakazam, and you can see how this deck kind of pops off, right? Now we get to Artisan, just get the Dunsparce right back going. Kadabra again, get another 2 cards. There's another Kadabra, play this one as well. Yet another 2 cards. We can play this to Dunsparce, we don't need to use it yet, but we'll just have it on the board for next turn. EXP share this Kadabra, and the only thing we can do now is Great Ball, which we don't really need to, so we're just going to take the knockout on that Monkey Dory. And that's 300 damage, by the way, which is, again, pretty crazy. Opponent's going to bring in something here, but they don't have any Psychic Energy in their discard pile. They're kind of struggling, I think. Even if they do reduce our hand size with Iona, we have the Dunsparce to get that back going. We are in a very, very favorable position already, so we'll see how they match a comeback. Artisan is just searching their deck. We'll see if they get anything that's even usable here, but if I were in this position, I really don't know what I would do. I feel like it's just so far behind. You don't have a way to get the energies gone. Monkey is a fine choice. You can even go for Confusion if you're desperate. You're gonna Night Stretcher, get back the Darkness. I don't really understand why you would do that. There's no damage on your board anyways, no Psychic Energy in the discard. Maybe they have a Researcher gonna play or something like that along those lines to get them going, but otherwise it would be a very questionable play. There's Jellicent. There's something you can do. And there's Research. That makes sense. Only 1 Psychic Energy gone is quite nice for us. 7 new cards for them though is pretty scary. That gets them another 3. We do have kind of a map to victory here. We can just snipe the boss, orders, bring in a Mew or a Fez, take that out. They're gonna get a Curlia online, that's fine. They're gonna Psychic Embrace next. They only have the 1 to attach though. No, they discarded somewhere off Ultra Ball, never mind. And they're going to concede. They could have tried something. They could have like brought in Jellicent or even Mew and taken a knockout, but I think the long run that was kind of just over for them pretty quickly. We just got off to the races right away and they couldn't do anything to stop it. Win the coin flip, that's a pretty good start. We, as always, want to go first. Interesting start. We'll just wait patiently. We could be against Sard, which is scary, but we'll have to deal with it. That is not much better, but okay. So it is Zard, which I don't like. We bench Abra and we enter in there. Not much we can do with this. Next turn we have options, but I don't really like any of them, so we'll just see what they go for first and then move on from there. Heat Tackle for 30, okay. So our turn again. Hopefully we can get a card that makes this easy. That might be it, actually. We could Kadabra to draw 2 more. The ideal here would be to get a hold of Rare Candy, which we... Okay, yeah, thanks. Alakazam could be 3 more. We're already kind of gaming. I think we'll actually just get Psychic Energy, another Alakazam. I could try the Determination to try and get a hold of Dunsparce, but I just don't want to take the risk. I'm too scared. So we're just going to do that and attack. Especially because they didn't show a supporter last turn, chances are they probably don't have much they can do with their hand unless they have something like Rare Candy plus Zard already, which would be insane. So, and bringing in Duskull implies that they do not have much they can do. There's Charmeleon, there's Ultra Ball, okay. Getting rid of Counter Catcher and Pidgeotto. I wonder what you get here. Okay, yeah, that makes perfect sense. There's 3 more for them. Charmander on the bench and okay. Once again, we have choices. I think we want to probably start off with another Psychic Draw, get 3 more. That's not good, actually. I was really hoping to get a Dunsparce. We can, I guess we take the knockout anyway, so we might as well just Determination. Even though it destroys our hand size, it doesn't matter too much to us. Gets us to Dunsparce. Bench another Abra, and we can Poffin here for... So I did misplay. I should have just Poffined first. I wasn't thinking. We'll just get second Dunsparce, another Abra, and we can just knock out the Duskull. Correctly, we're going to hold the Nest Ball, and then next turn we Nest Ball for Fez, but too late. I'm stupid. They're going to bring in Duskull again, which, I mean, they Fez to draw 3 more, which is scary, but I'm just going to hope that they don't have anything too bad for us. Super Odd, putting stuff back. That's not threatening at all, actually. Weird choices, I think, but okay. There's Poffin. I assume they're going to get a Pidgey and a Duskull. Yeah, okay. And then there's Dusclops. They can use that to take out an Abra, but I don't care. This is 1-for-1, so it's really not the end of the world for me. I still have the other Alakazam on bench. And there's the Dunsparce, beautiful. I didn't prize check either, but I guess we picked out whatever card we needed. There's Charmeleon. I assume you're going to get Zard up and running and you can attack with that, but Iono is actually not what we want to see at all. Hilda helps a lot. There's Super Rod, and there's Zard. Okay, they played 2 Super Rods this turn, which seems kind of strange. So if we want to knock out the Zard in one hit, we need 17 cards in hand, which is a tall ask. We'll see what we can do. I think I just bring in Alakazam first. Draw. Shaman is not helpful. We Hilda here. We have all of our Dunsparce, so also have Enriching Energy, which is good. Here's the idea. We Enriching Energy, draw 4. Then we can Dunsparce here, and we put back the Enriching Energy, which gets us another 3. Now we have choices. We have 10 cards in hand. No, we were getting 17, but we can try. Fez, that actually might get us there. Throw down Fez, draw 3 more. Not exactly what we needed. So we have 12 right now. So we're definitely not getting there, but we can get the Dunsparce off the top. That's beautiful. We might want to get Psyduck. Definitely play this. Then we keep going. We have 15 right now, which means if we can somehow get 2 more. Is there a way to do that? No, we do not. So instead, I'll just put that down. I suppose I'll Artisan. Let's look here. I think I get Psyduck, to be honest. And low-key, I'd Sacred Ash and just put the Abras and Alakazam back. Then Poffin, get back an Abra. So we're hitting for way less, but it doesn't really matter. It's the 2 hit anyways. Psyduck shuts down their Dusclops play, although to be honest, I don't think it matters too much. They're gonna Iono, which is unfortunate, but I mean, we still have options. There's Dunsparce, beautiful. There's looks like a Mist Energy to Pidgey for some reason, and then we're gonna bring in Alakazam here. Just assume we'll draw into an energy. If not, that'd be very unfortunate. Kadabra is very good. We have to attach Psychic Energy anyway, so let's just start with the Dunsparce here. Or maybe not. No, I definitely flip the script first. There's Psychic Energy, that's good. Then we Runaway draw. Then we Artisan again, get Dunsparce again, Kadabra here, get another 2 cards. Low key, we probably could play Blood Moon. I don't know if it's correct, but so we take the knockout here. Next turn, we could try bringing in Ursaluna and then just Bossasaurus KO something. We obviously need to, attach 1 energy because they'll be down to 2 prizes left. But even so, we have Fez draw 3, Alakazam gets us another 3, Dunsparce gets us more. So our odds are very favored, I think. They're gonna Arvin now, which is Countercatcher TME. I don't know exactly how I feel about Countercatcher here, because I mean, like, what do you bring in? Ursaluna, yeah, you're stalling for time. That's what I was kind of scared of, but I just figured they wouldn't get it. There's just bring in Pidgeotto. If we draw into Turo, we do win the game. So that's the good thing there. They're gonna Evo, which is very funny, but not good. So right now they want taking 3 prizes. So Ursula's attack costs 2 energy, which is a bit too much for us. All we need is to get a hold of Turo and we win. There's Dunsparce, beautiful. We'll throw that down. I'll Great Ball now, see what's here. Get Abra, whatever. Let's start with Alakazam. Not what I was looking for, but okay. We'll Runaway draw now, get another 3. In that case, that's not great. Put down you, and then I can boss something up, but I don't really need to. Low-key, do I end my turn here? Or do I think I'll Bossasaurus? I have multiple anyways. I'll just bring in the Dusclops. It needs 2. It can't use its ability. I think that's kind of alright for me, and I'll just pass turn there. And they're going to pass immediately, which we, once again, very much like. There's Poffin. We cannot Turo, which is rough. I think we do Determination, even though we lose a bunch of cards from our hand. Doesn't really matter that much. Still not what I'm looking for. But we do get to Dunsparce. Draw to Dunsparce, get another 3. We Artisan this time, grab another Dunsparce, pass turn there. They're on Determination, they're gonna get 6 new ones. The Dusclops are just stuck here. They need a way to get rid of this, which I don't know what they're gonna do for that. They can get Air Balloon, maybe that'll help. They're just gonna pass. So once again, if we get Turo, we win. Draw, that's not Turo. We will Great Ball this time. There is the Dunsparce. Play the Dunsparce, get another 3 cards. Next up, we Artisan. It is here. It is in the deck. We just need to draw into it and then we win. Low key for now, I think I'll Hilda. I'll grab Enriching Energy to Dunsparce. Attach Enriching Energy. If they have Iono, that would be kind of rough because I know they can search it, which is awkward. If we get a hold of an energy card, we win the game now, so that's something. They're gonna quick search. I should have probably padded back the Hildas, and then that would have increased my odds of winning by a lot. Oh well. Thing is, even if they do Iono, they're still not they're gonna Turo, which is fine, because that means they're not Ionoing, which means we have a better chance at winning. They're gonna bring in Pidgeot, which doesn't do anything. They're just gonna pass again. That's unfortunately just not enough. We definitely have enough cards in hand, so we'll just put back Ursaluna. Here comes Alakazam. And yeah, it's over. And we're back. I'll admit, I'm honestly impressed with this. 2 games where we force very much competitively viable decks to surrender right away just because we're so far ahead. This is pretty cool. Obviously, what makes decks so crazy that it can just snowball out of control. Kadabra, Alakazam, they're a good draw engine that, not only powers up your attacks, but because you're drawing so much, you're pretty much always going to have what you need. Like with 20 cards in your hand, how are you not going to? So this is honestly a really cool deck. It's super fun to play, just having all those options available at any given time. Even, being forced to play some sort of scuffed cards, Bill's Transfer and Great Ball can really screw you over if you're not lucky. But overall, this is just tons of fun, very powerful. It's a very solid rogue deck, definitely the best single prize deck in the format. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this deck progresses, because right now it's doing all right, but definitely after rotation, this card will probably get a lot better. Now that said, of course, there are problems here. Our opponents really weren't paying attention to like trying to control our hand. You know, if they're being smart about playing cards like Iono, they can really screw us over, just completely annihilate our damage output. It definitely takes a lot of playing smart to beat this deck, I think, and I think the fact that we're on TCG Live instead of an in-person event means that we're against opponents that were more likely to make those mistakes that allow us to go out of control. Beyond that, the other weaknesses of the deck really didn't get a chance to be shown off. Abra especially just being so vulnerable, dying to double monkey. That's the way you really beat these single prize decks, is by taking multi-prize turns against them through like those sort of multi-target attacks, those monkeys or whatever. If our opponent can get those set up, we're in serious danger. In this case, you know, we were able to stop the Charizard player thanks to Psyduck, and the Gardevoir player just didn't get set up fast enough to be able to do that. That's why we were able to get ahead and win pretty quickly. Against a more competent opponent that knows exactly how to beat these types of decks, it might be a bit more of an uphill battle. Regardless, this is a very fun deck. It's very cool, very unique, and you know, it's a good single prize deck, which is always tons of fun. So I would say, honestly, I definitely recommend giving this one a shot.